Twilight rises from the dead with a new series from Lionsgate, and Stephenie Meyer's vamps are back for another round. Hello viewers, welcome back to yet another video on our channel. Today we will share with you Twilight is making a comeback, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. This is the news of a killer, Bella, and the hashtag Team Edward and hashtag Team Jacob era is about to make a comeback. On April 19, 2023, The Hollywood Reporter announced that the Twilight series is gaining another adaptation, this time as a television series. Though still in the early development phases, the series will come from Lionsgate Television, with author Stephenie Meyer in talks to return. Wick Godfrey and former Lionsgate Motion Picture Group co-president Eric Feig are attached as executive producers. If you grew up in the early 2000s, chances are you're familiar with the vampire romance sensation that consumed nearly every teen and tween. First released in 2005, Meyer's book series follows a high schooler named Bella, a girl who relocates to Forks, Washington, to spend more time with her father Charlie. After starting at a new school, Bella is quickly entranced by a mysterious student, Edward Cullen. Eventually, Bella learns that Edward is a vampire, and so are the rest of the Cullens. Throughout the remainder of the series, Bella becomes an integral part of the family, desperate to become a vampire and be with Edward forever. A few years later, Twilight made its way to the big screen in the first movie adaptation. The rest of the main books in the series, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, also received adaptations, with the last book getting split into two parts. While Bella herself, Kristen Stewart, was often criticized for her performance, she later went on to have a strong career, as well as her co-star Robert Pattinson, Edward. The books themselves also paved a path for Meyer to release a gender-swap version, Life and Death, a novella entitled The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, and most recently, Twilight told from Edward's perspective in the long-awaited published version of Midnight Sun. During its time, the franchise grossed more than $3.4 billion worldwide, though it's no longer making money through the box office. The franchise remains a staple for many in more ways than one. Along with Pattinson and Stewart, the film starred Billy Burke, Peter Facinelli, Sarah Clarke, Taylor Lautner, Kellen Lutz, Jackson Rathbone, Boo Boo Stewart, Ashley Greene, Nikki Reed, and several others. Wait, before we move on, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to show your love and support by giving it a big thumbs up and subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated of our future uploads. Now let's get back to our video. The series isn't attached to a network or streaming service yet, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The outlet reports that Lionsgate TV, which controls the franchise rights, wants to develop the project before pitching it to buyers. Casting details are also unknown, but The Hollywood Reporter says that Sinead Daly, whose past credits include Tell Me Lies and The Walking Dead World Beyond, is slated to write the script. Sources tell the outlet that author Stephenie Meyer is also attached to the project, as she was for the film franchise. As for the return of the stars from the Twilight movie, The Hollywood Reporter says that the exact angle of the Twilight series is still in development. It could be a remake of the book series, or it could take a different approach based in the Twilight universe. That being said, it's unclear if any of the OG stars would reprise their roles, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. Kristen Stewart would love to go back to at least one of the Twilight sagas. In the top 5 movies Stewart would love to redo, the Hollywood star named New Moon as her favorite of the series, adding she'd love to go back and do it all over again. In an interview with Los Angeles Times, she said, "It's always been my favorite. I think the depths that are described in that, and going from the forest to the bedroom to Italy, oh my god, that's why you live." She also added that she would want to redo it because I would just be better. But I love it, and I had a great experience with Chris Weitz. On the other hand, she said she just didn't love making the Eclipse movie. It seems like the film felt too mechanical to her after making so many in a row to get them to the big screen as soon as possible. Overall, she loves the movies though. She told Interview Magazine, "Anybody who wants to talk about Twilight, I completely get it, but there's something that I'm endlessly, and to this day, proud of. My memory of it still feels really good." Twilight isn't the only childhood franchise making a comeback. Earlier this month, the newly rebranded Max announced that a 7-season television adaptation of Harry Potter is in the works. According to the company, each season would adapt one book in the franchise, aiming to be more faithful than the original movie series. Not only is it potentially a setup for failure, as many Harry Potter fans are attached to the original franchise, Max also confirmed that author J.K. Rowling, who has publicly made her transphobia and other hateful rhetoric known, is attached. Ultimately, only time will tell how well these upcoming franchises will perform, as the series is still in the early phases. There's no projected release window or release plans, theatrical or streaming. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, let us know your views in the comments section below. And until next time, take care and goodbye.